Just got on Ryder here, and I haven't done an update with him in a little while, and quite a bit has progressed with him. So I am way past due with an update video. I've been talking with his owner, but I haven't really put out a public video of him. And he came in quite a few months ago, I don't remember exactly when, to be started. And he was a pretty good handful to start. The owner's objective at the time was mainly just get him started with the idea of working towards ranch riding in the future. And we got him started. He was a handful and got him going. I hauled him to one stock horse show just to get him out, just to go someplace different. And he did pretty good there. He still wasn't quite as broke as what I would like, but he did okay. Didn't do anything real bad. And recently, with talking with the owner, she decided to go ahead and leave him with me longer so I could go ahead and continue with his ranch riding, ranch trail training, get him basically ready to show and showing. So the plan is to leave him with me through the winter while I work on that. And this past weekend, I just brought him to another show. But one of the issues that I had with him previously was he just wasn't enough horse. A little bit lazy going into his upward transitions, a little bit lazy going into his downward transitions, and just not quite enough horse to get the training done. And since the owner decided to leave him with me a little longer, I went on and started him on the immune builder. The immune builder, I've talked about a good bit in the past, but not recently. That's by Balanced Eco Solutions there. And I've had quite a few horses on it for various reasons. And one of the things that I found out with the previous horses I've had on it is it kind of just generally helped the horse feel better. And in the process, it gave me a little more horse. I'm always a little bit reluctant to start a horse on it right before sending them home, because I don't want to send the horse home a different horse than what I had when I was training. But since he's going to stay a little longer, I went on and started him on it. And sure enough, I have had a little more horse. Not a lot, but a little, enough where I felt like I could get a little more training done. Things like spins and stops, kind of snappy transitions. You've got to have a horse that don't mind putting some effort, some push with the back end, roundness in the body. And when they're a little lazy about doing that, you can only get so much done with training. And since I've started him on that, I have a little more horse. I took him to another stock horse show this past weekend, and I didn't show him. I rode him in the warm-up area, and I was really, really pleased. Loping him around in the warm-up, one hand, guiding nice, not speeding up, not slowing down, enough horse that I could go do something with. If his transitions were better and had a little bit snappier spin, at this point I could get him shown, and I think do pretty good. So now we're back home. This is the first ride on him. We just got home. This is my first ride on him since we got back. And one of the things I want to play with today is a spin. See if I can get just a couple of snappier steps. And if I can get a couple of snappier steps and reward the effort for giving me that little bit more, I think I can carry that into other things like transitions. He's sweaty, as you probably see. I have not done anything with him. I just got on him and been walking these circles. He was turned out in the pasture. I had to go get him out of the pasture to ride him, and he was standing in the sun grazing. So that's why he's sweaty. It wasn't because I've been loping him down or anything. So I put him back in the D-ring snaffle for today to work these kind of, I'd say spins, but it's more just a step with effort is really what I'm working towards. And I want the snaffle bit so I can kind of help his body position. This is the kind of maneuver that I generally train in a snaffle to start with. And he's had some of this, just hasn't been as snappy as what I would like. So I'm walking the circle. Let's do a little bit of leg yield out. Free his shoulders up a little bit. Before I started him on the immune builder, when I would start putting some lag on him and ask him for some of this, he just kind of sulled down a little bit. Now, getting some break at the pole, nose is coming in, shoulders are going up and out, getting much, much better response. Not just kind of hanging on me near as bad. There's a little bit of a left rein, left leg counter bend. Nice step around. So now let's do the same thing, right rein, right leg. Off my right leg, right rein, step around. That one's not quite as good, a little bit more, there we go. A little more sluggish. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm gonna ask him to step to the left and basically just 1 or 2 steps of a spin. And let's see what we get. Add some leg. And release. Not a whole lot there. I had a little bit of resistance. Let's see what I get when I ask again. That's T and Ironclad playing against the fence over there. Ask again. There we go. So he moved his right leg better, but you saw that step with the left leg. His left leg, he kind of took that quick step. That means he's got a little too much weight on this left shoulder. I'm going to raise that left hand up, add a little bit of left leg, get that shoulder up and out. Now let's step to the left. A little bit better. We're going to do it again. Left rein, left leg, get it up. Wanting to trot there. That would not have happened before the immune builder. And step up. There we go. And back forward again. Now I got something I can really do something with. You see his willingness? He's just willing to trot. He's not really asking for that trot, but he's wanting to give me a little effort. I want him to wait. Give me the effort when I ask for it, but I need that effort. Step over, the releases. Oh, there we go. The release, whoop, a little slippery there. That's where I had my sprinkler sitting this morning. The release is over. See right here, he's kind of pushing through my hands, pushing through the bit. That's actually a good thing. What he has to learn is the release isn't through forward, the release is over here. And release, there we go. A little bit extra push with my leg. A little bit extra rein. Let's go again. There we go. Okay, let's work right a little bit. And then we're going to work on a little bit of softening in the neck, softening the face, because when I rein over, there's a little bit of resistance there. Got to get that resistance going away. So now, left rein, left leg, but I'm going to keep his head going to the right with my right rein. There we go. You notice he's kind of pushing on my hands a little bit. That's what we're going to work on in just a minute. Step over to the right. There we go. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to get his brain thinking a little more around, not so much forward. Leo was just scratching on the camera tripod. Hopefully he didn't shake it too bad. So I want to get his brain, right now you saw him trotting and thinking forward. I want to see if I can get his brain thinking more forward this way. So I'm just going to hold his head to the right. Kind of sending him forward with my legs. Now, as soon as he kind of locks onto right, I'm going to release. I know that's where it's a little slippery there. Then release. So I don't want to have to keep pushing with my leg or pulling with the neck rein for him to go that way. If I'm looking that way, if I'm riding that way, he needs to go that way. So he needs to be thinking that way. There we go. Now let's walk this circle again. Just kind of have my hand sitting still. I want him thinking right. Think right. Don't think forward. Don't trot forward through my hands. Let's trot there. He stepped over to the right with no cues. I release the rein, and we're just going to walk. His head was bent that way. He stepped that way. I released. That's what I'm looking for. That soft step that way. That step that way with a soft aid. Let's do that again. When he thinks right, I'm going to release. Almost had it there. Just waiting for him to go right. We got to keep going forward. Keep going forward. I know it's soft there. We'll figure it out. Keep going forward. Going forward. A little squeeze with both legs forward. Squeeze with both legs forward. Squeeze with both legs forward. What I'm looking for here, there. What I'm looking for there is him to think more that way. His head's facing that way, but without me doing more to go that way, I want him going that way. I want him to go that way because his head's facing that way and because I am riding forward. See right there, got a little stiff on my hand. There we go. A little bit to right. Forward. Forward. It's just a little shift in his weight, a little shift in his direction. If he starts to go slower, I'm going to just kind of squeeze with both legs. That's what I'm doing there. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. There, and release. Make a big circle to the right, then I'm going to do the same thing back to the left. There, that was a pretty nice steer. Want him to start sweeping around that direction, whatever direction his head is pointing. You're right there again, he's wanting to trot forward. I want to go that way. We got that trot he's doing, that's that desire that I was saying I didn't have before. That's the desire I didn't have before the immune builder. Release. Keep going forward. Deer. There we go. That's it right there. Now let's walk. That was it. He went into that trot, and I steered in, and he went to the left. He went in, not just pulling forward through my hands. There we go. Oh, let's go in. Go in. He actually steered in a step and then went back out. There we go. So we need to work trot in circles like this, working towards that. There we go. Because we're going to end up doing a lot of this trot in circles. And there we go. See that sweep to the left? I'm going to reward that. We're going to end up doing a lot of trot in circles. For a good spin, he's got to push with his back end, has to keep the inside shoulder up and step that direction without me putting leg on. That's the cue. Forward, forward. He just needs to go that way because my hands are softly guiding him that way. Forward. We're going to end up doing more trotting because I need more push from the back end. There we go. Keep coming around. Keep coming around. I can't keep holding him in the spin for the spin to develop correctly. He has to be thinking left, thinking that direction. That's where the release is, that direction. There we go, good boy. I just recorded a video on Bug this morning talking about willingly guided. That video will be on Patreon. And this is the beginning of what I'm talking about in that video. Horse has to be willingly guided, has to steer over soft. Now right there, I'm not putting any leg. He's got to keep going that direction without the leg. When I rein him left, he needs to go left. If I rein him right, he needs to go right. I'm not getting enough lateral. There we go. I'm not getting enough lateral. There we go. So that's where I'm at with Ryder. Working on advancing his training, bringing him up to where we can actually show and compete and be competitive. And I'm looking forward to this phase of his training and looking forward to actually starting to show him and working on being competitive. I try to haul as many horses to shows as I can. Right now I don't have a very big trailer, so I can't haul very many. I'm working on getting a bigger trailer so I can haul more, because I know that is very helpful to a lot of horses to haul them off the shows and ride them in warm-ups and that kind of thing. So this is Ryder. I'll put a link somewhere here to his playlist on YouTube. Until next time, thank you for watching.